Well, this is awkward. That right there is the double-edged sword of being a theorist. You take the available information and you make an educated guess. This time, while I was writing the script for the video, my theory got debunked. But I didn't see it until after I posted the video. Also in that video, I stated that talking about the game was another video for another day. Well, today is that day. This video is that video. In this video, I will be sharing how I feel about Chapter 5 and how it compares to a movie, my guess as to what is next based on what we already know about Chapter 6, and then at the end, I will share how I would like the ending of Chapter 6 to go, even though it probably will never happen. So, strap yourselves in, grab a drink, because we have a lot to cover today. But first, let's hear from today's sponsor, Jerky Pro. Jerky Pro is an American-based beef jerky company. They are FDA, USDA, and SNAP food stamp approved. They have amazing deals going on right now, like 2 1-pound bags with 2 additional 3-ounce bags for $80. Or my personal favorite, the Variety Bundle, which includes 10 assorted 3-ounce bags. But they don't just stop at beef jerky. They also have normal household groceries like meats, breads, and energy drinks. They are partnered with Texas Roadhouse and Omaha Steaks to bring you high-quality steaks that you can also buy in bulk. You use my code DARNBLUECRAB with a capital DBC, you will get 5% off of your orders at checkout. Thank you again to Jerky Pro for sponsoring this video. In my opinion, this was the second best chapter, behind Chapter 3, that Mob Entertainment has put out for Poppy Playtime. It gave us new grab packs to use, new characters to learn about, and so much lore. From what I have seen, this chapter was very well received, but it does have its fair share of criticisms. I would compare Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 to the likes of the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. Let me explain. After watching the FNAF 2 movie, I was talking to someone about it, and we had 2 completely different views on it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, while the person I was talking to didn't really enjoy it that much. Their main criticisms was that the story was a mess, and at times it was hard to follow, or that they were confused as to how the movie got to certain conclusions. Sound familiar?
Coincidence? I think not!
For context, we both watched Markiplier's playthrough of FNAF 2 when it first came out. It is goated. You should watch it if you haven't. But that was as far into the lore as he had gotten. Meanwhile, I jumped headfirst into every theory given by MatPat, and now Tom, and even the newer faces, at least to me, like Rye Toast, Bronze Films, Twisted Animatronic, T-Dreads, and the list goes on. So when the movie adaptation for the second game came out, our experiences were completely different due to how many lore callouts they put into the movie. Circling back to Poppy Playtime, I feel that, to an extent, this is the same way of thinking that you can apply here. For those who jumped headfirst into the lore, this was a very enjoyable experience due to all of the confirmations and additions that were given to further flesh out the story that is being told to us. For those who really only play the games, I can understand how one could be confused as to why certain things happen, how certain design choices could be seen as less than desirable. I'm not saying that one side is right, one side is wrong. Y'all can sound off in the comments, respectfully of course. Now, let's change gears, and instead of looking back at what was presented in Chapter 5, we look forward onto Chapter 6. To no one's surprise, Mob Entertainment has listed job postings on their LinkedIn page for Chapter 6. But it's not the listings that have my attention as much as the description as to who they want. For example, their senior game designer posting says for the role overview, we are looking for a senior game designer with deep horror experience to lead the design in a tense, atmospheric, and psychologically engaging gameplay systems. This role is ideal for someone who has worked on narrative or survival horror titles similar in tone and craft to Alien Isolation, Soma, Amnesia, Dead Space, or comparable immense horror experiences. As we can see, they want to go fully into a survival / psychological horror type game for Chapter 6, which, personally, I would love to see how dark they want to take this game. That is also the perfect segue into the final topic of this video. If Mob wants to lean fully into the horror aspect of Poppy Playtime, one thing they could do is give us multiple endings. Now, yes, that does seem cop-out-esque and a little Five Nights at Freddy's-esque, but I think that if done correctly, Mob could pull off a really good multiple ending final chapter. They could have a bad ending, a default neutral ending, and a secret canon ending. Let's start with the bad ending. This relies heavily on how much Mob does the horror, because I could see this playing out like at the end of the game, like we have been tortured both physically and psychologically throughout not only the game but the entire series. And when we have our final showdown, we are given the option to simply join the prototype instead of fighting it. In this ending, we either succumb to the torture or we're just tired of fighting and we have nothing left. And by the time the credits roll, we are just another cog in his wheel of control, letting Ollie essentially have his cake and eat it too. Next, we will talk about a neutral / default ending. This ending is set up similarly to the bad ending, but this time we choose to resist the offer and have the showdown. During the final boss fight, we realize that we are no match, and he has all the answers for everything we throw at him. And we are thus defeated by the prototype, going out on our swords and never finishing what we set out to accomplish. Ollie remains victorious, but we do go down like a hero who gave it his best shot. Lastly, we will talk about a secret or true ending. For this to work, we will have to find something, whether it be an audio log, a picture, or even a document that displays a known weakness for the prototype. And once again, when we are presented with the choice to join, we refuse, but this time during the boss fight, we can use the secret that we found to best the prototype and come out victorious, saving Poppy along with finally putting an end to this nightmare for good. Now, I don't think that the next chapter having multiple endings will happen, and I also know that these ideas aren't really all that fleshed out, but I at least wanted to give a baseline to explain my thinking and throw ideas out there for the next chapter. With all that said, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Poppy Playtime theories. This has been Darn Blue Crab the Theorist, and I'm signing off. See you in the next one. Peace.